Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are absolutely cracking the code on generative AI for startups. So, if you're a founder and you're feeling kind of stuck on the sidelines, think of this as your playbook for getting into the game and, landing that first big win.
All right, let's just start with a number that is so big you can't ignore it. $4.4 trillion. According to McKinsey, that is the potential economic value that generative AI could unlock every single year. You see, this isn't just another trend. It's a massive seismic shift, and it is happening right now.
And this complete rewiring of productivity, that's the real prize here. For a startup, this is not about chasing the latest shiny object. No, this is about a once-in-a-generation chance to build things, to build tools and processes that completely reinvent how work gets done.
And that, of course, brings us to the million-dollar question, doesn't it? With all this potential, the sheer scale of it all can be, well, it can be paralyzing. It keeps a lot of smart founders just sitting on the sidelines, totally afraid of making the wrong move. But guess what? There is a playbook, and we're going to break it all down into a super clear 5-step framework that'll take you from just an idea all the way to real impact. We'll kick things off with what we're calling the AI inflection point, and then we're going to dive right into the 5 steps: building your data moat, finding the right problem to solve, getting your team skilled up, scaling beyond just pilots, and finally, redefining what ROI even means. So let's start with the big one. Why now? Well, it's because we are at a genuine inflection point. The way we build apps, the way we serve our customers, how we run our businesses, it's all about to be reinvented. And for a startup, that means ignoring AI, well, it's just not an option anymore. It's really a question of your survival and your future growth. And here it is. This is the 5-step path from the AWS guide we're using as our map today. It takes you step by logical step from your most valuable asset, your data, all the way to measuring real, tangible business results. So let's jump in with step 1.
Okay, step 1. And honestly, this is the foundation for everything else that follows. It's all about your data. Because in the age of AI, data isn't just information anymore. It's your single biggest strategic asset. It's your competitive moat.
Think about it like this. Anybody can go out and plug into a powerful general AI model. That's easy. But what they can't get their hands on is your unique business data, your unique customer data. That's the secret sauce that turns some generic application into a custom-built tool that feels like it truly understands your world. Just take a look at EaseBuzz. They were literally drowning in these massive data logs, and it was costing them a fortune. So by building a modern data strategy on AWS, they didn't just fix a problem, they turned a huge expense into an incredible asset. They slashed their storage costs by 60%, and they increased how much their customers use their reports by 15%. I mean, that's a total win-win. Okay, so your data's getting into shape. Awesome. Now for step 2, and this one is so critical. You have to find the right problem to solve. Because, let's be honest, having a powerful new tool is completely useless if you aim it at the wrong target. Building tech just for the sake of tech is a classic startup dead end. And this is a trap that so many companies fall into. They let the tech team just run off into a corner and build some cool proof of concept in a silo. But to really succeed, the project has to start with a real business problem and have crystal clear, measurable goals right from day one. Seriously, before you write a single line of code, get your team into a room, and I mean a team that's a mix of your tech wizards and the people who actually live and breathe the business problem, and ask these 3 questions. You absolutely need a confident yes to all 3 of them. All right, so you've got the data, you've pinpointed the right problem. Now, you need the people. The people who can connect those 2 dots. And this is where we need to talk about the skills gap. So this brings us to step 3, upskilling your team. And there's a real sense of urgency here. Look at this. 75% of organizations are planning to adopt AI in just the next 5 years. You know what that means? The talent pool is about to become an all-out battleground. The skills gap isn't just some hiring challenge anymore, it's a fundamental risk to your business. But here's the thing. The answer isn't always to go out and hire a bunch of expensive new people. Check out Slalom. After an AWS training program, half of the people who took it drove more sales in the next 6 months. So investing in the people you already have, it's a proven, powerful way to close that skills gap and see a direct hit to your bottom line. Look, getting a pilot project to work feels amazing, but it's just that, a start. And this brings us right to step 4. You have to scale beyond those pilots because the real game-changing value,
That only gets unlocked when you take that one little success and roll it out across the entire business.
And scaling, it's both a technical puzzle and a cultural one. Yeah, you need the right end-to-end tools for sure, but you also have to nurture a mindset of constant innovation that keeps that entrepreneurial fire going even as you get bigger.
Fivo is just a perfect example of this. Instead of trying to build every single thing from scratch, they used managed AI services like Textract and Comprehend like they were Lego bricks. This let them automate and scale a super complex process, like crazy fast. And the result? They cut down on IT spend and directly boosted their profits. It's just smart.
And that brings us to our fifth and final step, redefining ROI. See, if you're really going to commit to AI for the long haul, you might have to completely change the way you think about the payoff.
This is such a huge mindset shift. The traditional view is all short-term. Hey, what's my ROI in the next 6 months? But the AI value view, that's long-term. It's existential. It's asking, if we don't do this, how far will we fall behind our competitors in 3 years? The most important question isn't, what's the return on my investment? It's, what's the cost of my inaction?
Okay, let's put it all together. This is basically your cheat sheet. The challenge is failure. The solution is to build a culture that's okay with that. Got siloed data? You need a modern data strategy. Can't find the right problems? Build blended teams. Facing a skills gap? You gotta invest in training. Can't scale? Use end-to-end tools. And measuring success? Ditch that old ROI thinking for a new value model. So, this guide has laid out the entire playbook, from data all the way to ROI. Your competition? They're already making these moves. So the only real question left for you and your startup is this: what's your first step going to be?